Alrighty, so it's a weekend trip that I'm doing with Neil and Michael, and a bit of a foggy, damp start for the morning, but heading up to Beaudesert McDonald's for where we're catching up. So we're going to head as far south and west as we can, stay on our side of the border, but heading down to a park, Sundown National Park. They've got some camping on available, so we'll head down there via as much dirt as we can. So it's 15 degrees. I've got the Evade heated vest on low. I haven't turned my gloves on yet. It's not quite cold enough, but if I get chilly I can just turn them up one notch, and yeah, warm the bike up and set the course in into the navvy. So we did a little bit of a shortcut at the end of our road. We'll join up with the nav line in a second, but yeah, quite pleasant for being a bit foggy. It's not crazy cold, it's 15 degrees. So we'll head on, catch up with the boys, gas up, caffeinate, and get ready to hit the track. Pretty foggy start to the ride, and a McDonald's meal and coffee was welcomed, so we all caffeinated and we were all gassed up and ready to go, and plugged the same routes into our various Garmin devices and headed off. Might be a bit muddy. Are we not going that way?
That looks a little slippery.
It's too soft, too much mud on the tyres.
Oh, yep.
It gets real steep.
Yep.
There is rocks there, but you've got to have this in between. So you just got to fucking slide. Like my tyres are packed up before I got to there.
Yep.
You're not going to pick up any speed to chuck it out. So.
Nah. All good.
Well,
We can go round the road there. The road's just there.
Well, that road doesn't come out though, does it?
But this is the way through though.
Oh, is it?
I don't know where that road actually goes.
I think it's a dead end.
Okay.
We'll just have to go back into Boona, I suppose, and
if it was dry it'd be no problem, but
yeah. Oh, this
fogging up like this is just a recipe for disaster.
Yep. So we've left Beaudesert and we're heading down to Sundown National Park. So there's been some rain through last night and yesterday, and no dust on the dirt roads, which good, but one of the river crossing roads that we were going to go on may be too deep, so we might do that on the way back instead of the way down, so that we're not riding home. I mean, we're not spending 2 days with wet boots. So we'll see how that goes, but Michael's just showing us some of the back roads to end up in the same place as we were going, so a bit more fun than grinding out the highway. Much prefer these dirt roads and B roads. Basically heading west from Beaudesert, so we can't go too far southwest because of the border, and they've got hard border crossings on them, so we've just got to take it easy as far as where we go, make sure we don't zip over the border, because as of 1 AM this morning you can't get back in, which would be problematic. I think I've been on some of these roads before, but yeah, we're not cosmically far off our track that the GPS plotted. Just alternatives, but always good to come down and have a look around and see different ways to get places. Neil's on his 690 this weekend, and it's a pretty standard one with a little screen and just the tank under the seat, so he's a little bit fuel limited for a big trip, but you know, no drama for a weekender like this. Michael's on the Exxon Valdez, whatever it is, Exxon Valdez super tanker. He's got 10 litres more than I've got. He's got 30 litres or 32 litres on board. It's a full-on rally kitted bike, and quite a nice one, nicely set up. So we'll have a bit of a look around on those later. But yeah, I mean, we're all just taking it easy because we've just had breakfast, and we're not really here to ride these roads. These are just a slightly different way to get where we're going. Apparently there'll be some nice rocky tracks later when we get to the actual national park, and I'll also give you a bit of a rundown on the Liat 5.5 boots, and so far I've got to say they're feeling pretty comfy, maybe even a little more flexible as far as the gear changes and stuff for a new pair of boots than definitely the last pair of crossfires I had with the motocross ones, not the SRS sole one, and they were pretty stiff, so that's quite nice. The Zumo XT, I've set the track that Michael and Neil did on their GPS programs, and the reason it's not recalculating now is because we've got that turned off so that we can always revert back to the track so that it's not constantly recalculating. But at any point you can always zoom out and have a look and see which direction you've got to go, but we know basically we've got to go right. So that way you don't have different GPSs sending you off in a different direction for when you're riding when it's all dusty, you know, because when it's dusty the problems really come into it with your distances that you've got to spread out. So if we've all got the exact same GPS route in our units, then we'll know that we're on the track and just don't have to regroup as often in the dust. So, that's about all for now. I'll shove it back on when we get to somewhere where the track's a bit more interesting. a bit spicy with the extra weight on the back. Road pressures in the tyres. Okay. A little ridge top road. Funky little track. Scoot along. Enjoy the ride. Usually when we've been along here it's been drier than a dingo's dong in the desert, but actually got a bit of moisture on it. It's quite nice. Those ranges over there are sort of the border, so we can't go too much further south, but we're still on the Queensland side at the moment, so we're all good. No point getting too close to Michael. It, unbeknownst to him, could toss up a rock pretty easy. You got a bit of stickiness and medium-sized rocks, so no point getting too close, getting sprayed. It's not Dakar, just a weekend ride. Unless someone tries to go past, then it's the last lap of a MotoGP. These are just nice gravel roads just to get you from one section to another section without using the highway. Much better option. So it seems like in Michael's effort to stay in front of the 790,
brake fluid.
he's actually... is it brake fluid?
Yeah, it's all over the ABS module.
Ah.
Unless it's fuel.
No,
Nah.
you can see it drift down on the ground.
Definitely oil of some variety.
Because I was working.
No, I don't think it's engine oil.
No.
So a bit of an update. As it turns out, it wasn't oil, it was actually waterless coolant. And from all accounts, Michael got home about 3 o'clock that afternoon thanks to his girlfriend's dad and a trailer, and he'll be pulling it apart and having a look and getting it going. So that's it for this part of the ride. So join us and we'll actually eventually get to Sundown National Park and have a couple of adventures in there. So thanks for joining, and if you like these videos, please like, subscribe and comment. Cheers.